Living room conversation.
If you're live in a room, isn't it a living room?
Howdy everyone, my name is Ryan Nicodemus and I am one half of the Minimalists. Welcome to another episode of Living Room Conversations, and I'm your host. Our first question, our only question, is from Chris. Chris writes in, how have you gotten rid of people from your life who do not bring value? Minimalism is not just about things, it is also about simplifying life and enjoying it more, and that can be hard to do with toxic people in it. Chris, I couldn't agree more. Anyone out there who is having a hard time with toxic relationships, yeah, I would definitely encourage you to figure out a way to repair those relationships. So Chris, that's the advice I would give you first and foremost, is try to repair the relationship. There might be something that you can do to make the relationship better. Maybe there's something they can do to make the relationship better. But really dig in and see where actions can be changed to make a relationship more whole. Now, if you're looking in the mirror, Chris, and you're saying, you know what, I have done everything, there's nothing else I can do, it's really on this other person, then you have every right to go to that person and say, hey, you know what, I'm having a really hard time with our relationship. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing, but I feel like I'm being treated very poorly. I feel like I'm not getting support. And you're such a good friend, you're such a good person that I know that you're gonna come up with some ideas and help turn this around, because I really want to have a good relationship. And usually when you have that type of conversation with someone, they're going to give you some type of feedback. Now, whether it's going to be negative or positive, who knows? If it's negative and they're not willing to support you and they're going to blow up in your face, I can't believe you'd say all these things about me. Well, then maybe that's where you look at that person and you say, you know what? I don't think this friendship is going to work out. And give them the whole "it's me, not you" thing. However you want to break up with your friends, but no matter what you say or how you approach the situation, there are two things that are really, really important. Is you always want to show this person respect, because as soon as someone feels like they're being disrespected, they are not going to listen to you. So always be kind and show respect. The second thing is, and I say this a lot, when you're trying to persuade anyone to do anything, anytime you use the word "you," it has to be in a positive context. And then anytime you say something negative, you use the word "me" or "I." So I have the problem, but you're such a great friend, you're going to help me to figure out how to overcome this problem. It's really simple, but it's so important. I remember I had a family member one time where conversations would get pretty toxic. And there was a certain point when I was talking to this family member, I said, the last 3 or 4 times we have talked, it's been you venting all of your complaints and all of your concerns. And it doesn't seem like I can help. I can't have this negativity in my life. And they were like, oh, well, they tried to call me selfish and say that, I wasn't listening to them or whatever it may be. And ultimately I could tell that person, look them in the eye and say, hey, no, I am here for you and I am listening to you, but you're not listening to me. I think when it comes to toxic relationships, you have to have those hard conversations sometimes. Well, this has been another episode of Living Room Conversations. I hope this helped you all out. Thanks for joining me. And if you leave here with just one message, I hope it's this: love people and use things, because the opposite never works. We'll see you next time.
The Minimalists.